So here's the cams I've just taken out of the engine. So this one is the inlet cam, that one's the exhaust cam. So you can see they've both been suffering with a bit of high temperature. These marks, I'm guessing, from it's been getting so hot up here that it's actually started burning oil, which is not good. So that means I'm going to have to change the oil, which is not good, because that's a mega expensive thing on this bike with the oil I use. But it's been running hot, and then the engine stopped, and where it stopped in that position, it's then burnt. The oil has then burnt a mark into the cam. So all these cam lobes are all nice and smooth to the touch, the feel. There's no scoring or pitting or anything on them, so the cams are actually pretty good. The journals, yet again, most of them are fine, and yeah, you can't actually feel any of these marks apart from this one on the inlet cam. That is actually a little bit scored, so I will not be using this cam, because that's basically needs to be reconditioned or just left as a spare, but you can get these basically built up and reground if you want to. Typical wear on the lobes. These Kawasaki's do have, well, it's a typical Kawasaki thing. It's quite an aggressive cam, and it's the closing ramp is the same as the opening ramp. They are a symmetrical cam. There is no base circle. Well, the base circle is smaller than 180 degrees, so you can't measure the lift by measuring over there and then comparing it with measuring over there, because it'll give you a less lift than the cams actually do, because the base circle is less than 180 degrees. So other thing to note is, because it's a Zed Head, it runs a roller chain, and the Unitrack series, well, all the GPZ series run a Hyvo chain, a plate type chain. So these sprockets have been adapted to fit the Unitrack cams, because the Unitrack cams have 2 mounting lugs, the Zed cams have 3 mounting lugs, as you can see with these additional holes. And then these have been slotted as well on a mill, to give me variable valve timing, or at least let me change the valve timing. Plus the OD of the sprocket has to be opened up to get over the cam lobe as well. So that's how you know that these cams have a higher lift, is you can't actually fit the sprocket over the cam lobe to get it on into the center, unless you enlarge the ID of the sprocket a little bit. And all it takes is a bit of filing in one spot. I can't remember if I did that or if someone else did that. They're marked up exhaust and inlet. So yeah, sprockets are good to reuse. Shell bearings, these are pretty much as they went in. This is the one that's picked up big time, but looking at that shell, you wouldn't think it's picked up. There's a slight bit of marking there, but yeah, you can actually feel that with your fingernail, so that's a fail. These ones look the worst. They were not like that when they went in about 1500 miles, well, 1000 to 1500 miles ago. So yeah, you can actually feel those grooves as well, so that's toast. But funny enough, on the journal it's not too bad. I can just slightly feel it. So basically these caps are junk, these shells are junk, and at least this cam is junk, and probably that one as well, because it's been burnt. So I'm probably going to be using the spare cams in this new head. As I said, these had to come out anyway, because the head's got to come off and you've got to take the cams out to take the head off. So yeah, these will be not be going back in. and that means that I'm going to have to retime the engine, which I probably would have had to with a new head anyway. Always a good idea. So regarding the head, so these are the buckets, and you can see that to the feel they're fine, nice and smooth. I'm hoping to reuse these, of course. This one's been getting really hot. If you look at the colour on that, that's been getting really hot. That's going to be getting a bit hot. Exhaust, of course. These not too bad. Over the other side, yeah, number 2 hot. It's always in the centre of these engines where you get the heat problems. That's been getting nice and toasty. That's not too bad. Pretty much the same on the other side, and then of course inlets, yeah, run a lot cooler. So I'm just going to button this head back up and put the bike away again, and because there's nothing really to do on this anymore until I want the valves and everything out of it. So when I want the valves, I will drag them out and we'll inspect the valves.